How's it going, everyone? This is Astro here again, and welcome back to another Splatoon weapon analysis video. Today's video is going to be all about the Custom Jet Squelcher, so let's get started by taking a look at this weapon's typing, stats, and version history. So to start things off, the Custom Jet Squelcher is a main shooter type weapon in Splatoon that can be purchased from the Ammo Night store for a value of 7,900 coins once you have reached level 15. As for its stats, it shares the same stats as the vanilla Jet Squelcher, having a range of 80, damage of 32, fire rate of 40, and a base damage of 31. Its main difference now lies within its weapon kit. So for its sub-weapon, the Custom Jet Squelcher receives the Burst Bomb, which is a balloon that's filled with ink and explodes the moment it comes in contact with an enemy or if it hits the ground. As for its special weapon, the Custom Jet Squelcher receives the Kraken, which is a special that transforms you into a giant invincible squid for a specific amount of time, and you can take down unaware enemies with a vicious melee attack. So overall, just like the vanilla Jet Squelcher, the Custom Jet Squelcher has a strong range to keep your enemies far away. And combined with its weapon kit, you'll be able to fight effectively in close combat situations as well, by laying down pressure and suppressing your enemies with the Burst Bomb, as well as dealing the finishing blow with the Kraken. As for its version history, the Custom Jet Squelcher once again shares the same changes as the vanilla Jet Squelcher. So you'll be receiving the benefits of the decrease in ink usage to save a little bit of ink where it counts, as well as the increase in your movement speed while firing the weapon. The only new change was with the introduction of Special Depletion, where the Custom Jet Squelcher was placed in the light category. So you'll be losing as low as 40% of your special meter in the event you get splatted. As for the Burst Bomb, it received a combination of downgrades and upgrades to make the weapon balanced overall. You can only throw 2 Burst Bombs with the full tank due to the ink consumption. Your enemies won't flinch as much due to the weakened knockback effect. And the radius for dealing minimum damage has been reduced. However, the minimum damage, the radius for dealing medium damage, and the paint radius have all been significantly increased. So instead of throwing bombs at your feet, hoping that your enemies get hit by the splash damage, practice aiming for direct hits to maximize the effectiveness of your bombs. As for the Kraken, it received several downgrades over the game's history. It can be pushed around like a pinball when you're hit by enemy fire. The amount of turf that's needed to be inked for charging the special gauge has been increased. The time needed to continue attacking after using the Kraken has been increased as well. The hitbox has been modified to allow your enemies to push you away easier. And the knockback effect has been increased when you're hit from above or below. So I would recommend using the Kraken more cautiously by analyzing the situation first before activating the special. And if you find yourself in a bad situation, you can use the Kraken as an escape tool instead of charging recklessly into enemy territory. Also, the Kraken's duration has been decreased, but this can be made up for if you have special duration up equipped on your gear. As for recommended abilities to use on your gear, just like the vanilla Jet Squelcher, damage up is recommended to help with fall-off damage, as well as score an occasional 3-hit splat. And even though the weapon received an upgrade in its ink efficiency, any of the ink efficiency abilities, such as Ink Saver Main, Ink Saver Sub, or Ink Recovery Up, is still recommended to help fire the weapon for as long as possible, as well as support your Burst Bombs. And Swim Speed Up supports the Kraken as well. So with that, let's take a look at the first gear build that I have for you in this video. So this first build is a general purpose build that the Custom Jet Squelcher can use. So we're going to begin by selecting our headgear, which will be in the form of either the stealth goggles or the studio headphones. both of which feature the Forge brand, which highly favors special duration up. However, for its main ability, the Stealth Goggles uses swim speed up, whereas the Studio Headphones uses Ink Saver main. As for our clothes, we can use the Part-Time Pirate or the White LS. The Part-Time Pirate uses damage up for its main ability, and it features the Tentatek brand, which highly favors ink recovery up, whereas the White LS uses ink recovery up for its main ability, and it features the Squid Force brand, which highly favors damage up. And finally, for our shoes, we're going to be using the Red High Tops, which uses ink resistance up for its main ability, and it features the Crack-On brand, which highly favors swim speed up. So overall, this build tries to cover all the bases of the Custom Jet Squelcher. The ink resistance on your shoes will help keep you mobile if you happen to be stuck in enemy ink, and the damage up on your clothes is there to help with fall-off damage, as well as score a 3-hit splat from time to time. And it also makes your burst bombs more effective. Your selection of headgear comes down to personal preference. If you decide to use the Stealth Goggles, you can stack swim speed up as a way to make your Kraken hard to escape from, as well as swim strafe your enemies and reposition yourself a little bit faster. However, if you're concerned about ink efficiency, you can use the Studio Headphones as a way to combine Ink Saver main and ink recovery up, to fire the weapon for as long as possible, and refill your ink tank quicker to continue firing and support your burst bombs. And the special duration up on your headgear will make your Kraken last a bit longer, to give you some time to take down that one troublesome enemy, or make your escape out of a bad situation. Up next, I have a build that tries to address the changes that were made to the burst bomb in version 2.7. So we're going to be using the Stealth Goggles once again for our headgear. However, for our clothes and shoes, we're going to use the White Tee and the Blueberry Casuals, both of which use Ink Saver sub for its main ability. However, the White Tee features the Squid Force brand, which highly favors damage up, whereas the Blueberry Casuals features the Crack-On brand, which highly favors swim speed up. So, as I stated before, this build plays to the strengths of the Burst Bomb, as the stacks of Ink Saver sub on your clothes and shoes will allow you to throw 3 Burst Bombs with a full tank instead of 2, giving you an extra chance to take out an enemy at close range. The damage up on your clothes will make your burst bombs more effective, as well as support the Custom Jet Squelcher by helping with fall-off damage and scoring a potential 3-hit splat. Finally, the stacks of swim speed on your headgear and shoes will help you swim strafe your enemies and reposition yourself, as well as make your Kraken a bit faster. And the special duration up will make the Kraken last a bit longer. There's also a variation of this build that accomplishes the same purpose, but sacrifices special duration for more ink efficiency. So for this build, we'll still be using the White Tee for our clothes. However, for our headgear and shoes, we're going to use the Camo Mesh and the Hunter High Tops. The Camo Mesh uses swim speed up for its main ability, and it features the Firefin brand, which highly favors Ink Saver sub, whereas the Hunter High Tops uses ink recovery up for its main ability, and it features the Crack-On brand, which highly favors swim speed up. So with this build, you can still throw 3 burst bombs with a full tank, thanks to the stacks of Ink Saver sub on your headgear and clothes. The damage up once again helps with the Custom Jet Squelcher's fall-off damage, as well as a potential 3-hit splat, and it makes your burst bombs more effective. The new addition here is the ink recovery up, and it can be used to help you refill your ink tank quicker to use more burst bombs, and it also helps the Custom Jet Squelcher to continue firing. Unfortunately, you do miss out on the special duration for your Kraken. However, the stacks of swim speed on your headgear and shoes will still make your Kraken very intimidating, and it will help you swim strafe your enemies and reposition yourself when things get dicey. You do need to be aware of your surroundings when you're near enemy ink, since these builds don't use any ink resistance. But if you want to get the most out of your burst bombs, then hopefully these builds should give you an idea on how to make that work. But anyways everyone, that's the end of this video, so I'd like to thank you all for watching my analysis on the Custom Jet Squelcher. I hope you found all of this information useful. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, as well as sound off your thoughts on this weapon in the comments section below. I'm also open to learning new things as well, so if there's something that you think I forgot to mention in this presentation, feel free to include that in the comments as well. And subscribe for more videos in the future. So until next time, this is Astro blasting off, and as always, take care, stay fresh, and I hope you all have a great day.